Welcome to Get Loot, the competitive hacking card game for 3 to 5 players. The goal of the game is to exfiltrate loot, which is just hacker lingo for stealing data. And since you're competing against rival hackers, you're going to need to thwart your opponents by playing Hak5 themed cyber attack cards, or strategically using crypto lock cards. At the end of the game, the player with 5 unlocked loot cards is crowned the winner. Now start by giving each player a set of lock and key cards in a colored suit. Each player should have 5 lock cards and 1 key card in front of them. Then deal the player 5 attack cards, which they should hold privately in hand. In the center of the table, place a stack of loot cards. This is the pile that players will be drawing from when they exfiltrate. Then place the remaining attack cards in a pile face down, also in the center of the table. Play begins clockwise, and you can designate a beginner based on whoever's got the oldest smartphone, whoever grew up with the oldest computer, or really any other random esoteric qualifier. Now for each turn, there are 2 phases. In the first phase, you can either exfiltrate loot or play an attack card. To exfiltrate, you take the topmost loot card from the draw pile. And if that loot happens to be locked, well, the lock stays with it. Place the loot cards in front of you near your lock and key cards. To play an attack card, just follow the instructions on that card, then place it face up in a discard pile and draw a new attack card. In the second optional phase, you can either lock or unlock cards. To lock, you place one of your unused lock cards on top of any loot card in your stash as long as it isn't already locked. If you do this, anyone who happens to steal that loot will end up with a lock that they're going to later need to break. You can also lock the topmost loot card in the draw stack if it isn't already locked. This is a strategy that's sure to upset the player to your left. Finally, in the second phase, you may choose to unlock instead of locking. To unlock a card, tap your key card. Then you can remove any lock from a loot card in your stash as long as it matches the suit color of that key. Remember, after playing an attack card, you always draw a new one so that you keep 5 attack cards in your hand at any given time. If you run out of attack cards in the draw pile, shuffle the discard pile, less any broken locks, and use them again. And remember, you can only lock loot cards in your loot stash or atop the loot card draw stack. And no, you can't double lock loot cards. Now, there are many strategies to winning, but above all, remember the name of the game and get loot. I'm Darren Kitchen from Hak5. I hope you enjoy this game. I'm encouraging you to join the discussion at getlootgame.com. And as always, I'm reminding you to trust your technolust.